Well, I had an interesting one this week. I smoked the San Cristobal Elegancia Imperial.
Oh, nice.
The San Cristobal line is a true meeting of cigar royalty. The Garcias, as in Don Pepin and Jaime, they blend and manufacture this brand for the Levin family, or the Levine family, who own the Ashton brand, as well as La Aroma de Cuba.
Nice.
Most of the smokes in the San Cristobal line are big and bold, but they decided to blend a milder one, and they called it the Elegancia. It's an attempt by the two families to create a lighter-bodied smoke that's
Does that bring it down to medium, or
still
is it
big
actually
on
lower than that?
Exactly. Well, I'll get to that because they wanted to make a lighter-bodied smoke, but one that still was big on flavor. The wrapper of the 6x52 Elegancia is an Ecuadorian-grown Connecticut shade leaf, and it is a beautiful light brown color and almost flawless, which you can see right here, with very few bumps and visible seams. The pre-light sniff gave me notes of hay and white pepper with a nice mellow nuttiness on the cold draw. I decided it looked too delicious to wait any longer, so I lit her up so I could get my tasting notes started. Cedar and spice showed up right off the bat, enough to leave a little white pepper tang on my tongue, but certainly not a Nicaraguan pepper blast. There was also a creamy coffee note and toasted bread that kind of sashayed their way into the flavor profile.
Sashayed?
Yeah, as the first third burned. Construction was absolutely solid, and the Elegancia gave off a nice quantity of thick smoke.
Okay, I want to pause you there. How long did it take you to figure out how to spell sachet?
I don't know that I did spell it right.
Okay.
These are my notes, and only I'm reading them. So I know what it's supposed to be, and beyond that, I have absolutely no idea. But it doesn't have a little red line under it in my...
so it spells something.
Yeah, right. I spelled something. I don't know if it was sashayed or something about a sash that you wear for graduation ceremonies, but one or the other. As I crossed into the second third, the creaminess shifted from the coffee note to more one of butter. So this butter now combines with the breadiness to give me a sense of buttered toast, which is really kind of cool. Pepper wasn't strong, but it still danced on my tongue a little bit, particularly after the finish. Retrohale was cedar and citrus zest. The wrapper cracked a little bit during the second third, but overall, it gave me no headaches as the cigar continued to burn. I thought I'd watch it and see what it did, and sure enough, it just burned right past the crack.
Right past it.
Yeah, so it was not a problem at all. Nothing changed about the way the draw happened or anything like that. You find this sometimes on Connecticut shade wrappers because the tobacco leaf is thinner than some others, and so it can have a tendency just from the heat to crack a little bit. As long as it doesn't disintegrate and you can still, keep on smoking.
As long as it smokes.
Exactly. By the final third, I'd become more and more impressed with the San Cristobal Elegancia. I'm a medium to full cigar guy. That's kind of my sweet spot in terms of strength, and I often find that mellower cigars just don't have as much flavor. Not only are they not as strong, but they don't have as much flavor often. However, that was not the case with the Elegancia. The Nicaraguan tobacco in the binder and filler kept the flavor cranked up, even as the smooth creaminess kept the strength from ramping it up. Zero harshness.
Nice.
Zero. Cedar was the dominant note in the last third, although I still got pepper and that buttery creaminess. Overall, a very enjoyable flavor profile. The San Cristobal Elegancia is Imperial, which is basically a large Toro. It's about an $8 cigar, right in my kind of standard price range, and it was really good. I don't smoke a lot of milder cigars, but to my particular palate, this one was really better than most. And the flavor profile stayed interesting. It never developed that vegetal note that sometimes milder cigars I've experienced. It drives me crazy about some of the lighter-bodied cigars. Construction was flawless except for that small crack, which I said corrected itself without a relight, didn't cause any problems. So not only am I going to recommend the Elegancia Imperial, but it's actually, I think, going to become my go-to for my humidor for a lighter-bodied cigar because the ones I have now, that kind of are my sort of standard. If I have a Connecticut wrapper cigar, just in case I'm looking for that or want to give it to somebody that's over, that doesn't want a fuller-bodied cigar. I thought this was better. So if you're getting bored with the lighter-bodied sticks that you usually smoke, but you don't want to get punched in the face by a heavier cigar, I would strongly encourage you to try this one. At $8, I'll give it, on price to quality, a solid 6.
Nice.
So our price to quality is a 1 to 10 scale, but a 5 means you got what you paid for. So rate something a 6, it means it kind of punched above its weight class a little bit.
Love it.